What is up, guys, and welcome to another edition of the Market Marauder Show, being the market one trade at a time. Hope everyone's having a great week out there, able to lock in some trades. All right, so this week is going to be a pretty interesting week. First, we're going to talk about Tesla. Then we're going to talk about some other EVs that are going or popping in the market. And then next, we're going to be talking about some stock picks that I'm going to be looking at later on in the episode. So first, jump into Tesla. So this week, Tesla has its investor day that's coming up. Some things to look for in its investor day is basically its master plan 3. So master plan 3 is basically going to be outlining some of the things that a lot of investors, as well as people who own Tesla products, are going to be looking for moving in the future. So first item on here is going to be the solar power and updates on the Tesla ecosystem. So if you don't know already, Tesla does have solar panels that you can put on your roof as well, which they're calling their Tesla ecosystem. Basically, you can plug in your car, and while your car is not charging, you can give that energy back to the grid, basically making the Tesla ecosystem. For some of the numbers that I've seen, their solar sales have been pretty slow as far as sales of their solar cells. So definitely going to be looking to see what the numbers are for those and what their plans are moving forward to increase the demand as well as increase the output for those solar cells. Next, a large update is going to be on the Robotaxi. So the Robotaxi has basically been promised to be delivered or produced in 2024. We're in 2023, so basically a year from now, we should have the Robotaxi out and about on the streets. So it's basically to replace a lot of the Ubers and Lyft drivers that are out there. You can basically buy a Tesla, and then your Tesla can be going out and doing Uber and Lyft deliveries, transmitting people back and forth while you're at work, and you can still use that same vehicle. So an update on that is definitely going to be helpful. I know that's a large point for a lot of investors looking at the Robotaxi to how your vehicle can make money while you're at work. Next, we'll talk about Gen 3 platform. The Gen 3 platform, which will be about half the cost to the Model 3 and Model Y, will also help production. And so you're going to save money by them implementing their Gen 3 platform. They can make the price of the vehicles cheaper, and they can also produce them a lot faster. So that's going to be something you're going to be looking for as well, the Gen 3 platform. And then next, the introduction of the $25,000 electric car. So there are vehicles out there that are not in the same price point. I think EVs are still pretty pricey as is, but if Tesla, being the leader of EVs at the current moment, can produce or kind of set a hard date for the $25,000 electric car, I think it'll be a huge catalyst forward for a lot of people to get into EVs, as well as investors to look forward to potential sales for that. They've already niched down their production facilities, so basically cutting costs wherever possible. So that's going to be a huge catalyst for them as well. And then lastly, going to talk about the Cybertruck and the Roadster. So the Roadster is basically, they had a Roadster 1, or the first version of the Roadster that came out when Tesla kind of started up as a company. It was kind of a niche vehicle. It kind of was built off of the Lotus platform, and so those small two-door cars. And that was when Tesla was kind of in its early stages. There were a lot of those sold, but not as many as the Model Y or Model X's after the company, or Model Y or Model S's that after the company became more popular as far as Elon Musk becoming in the limelight. But the new Roadster has a 0 to 60 of 1.9 seconds with a 200 kilowatt battery pack. It also will have a range of 620 miles, which is definitely really good for those who want to make long commutes. And there'll be plenty of charging stations with the Tesla grid already up and running. Next is the Cybertruck. There have been some sightings of them around the Freemont area, but there are updates on the final design. So it's going to be good to see some of those final designs coming to fruition and what the final product is going to look like once people start taking deliveries of their Cybertrucks. All right, so next, switching gears, I want to talk about Fisker. Fisker is another EV that kind of went up pretty significantly Today or Monday in price. They have confirmed that their Ocean EV deliveries will begin with the spring on track to build 40,000 in 2023. They also announced that they have 65,000 reservations for the Ocean, and that they saved or that they slashed their burn rate in 2022. So burn rate is basically how much money a company spends on its books for things like R&D, manufacturing, workers, factories, turning on the lights. There are a large amount of money that goes into those day-to-day expenses. But whenever a company can cut those costs and also meet the expectation for production or meet above expectation for production, it's always a good thing for the company and something investors definitely look at. So for their Ocean EV, it is about a 250-mile range with a starting price of $37,499. Larger range vehicles will start around $50,000. And as far as their burn rate was about 702 million in 2022, but their projected burn rate was about 715 million to 790 million. So 702 million is definitely a cost saving compared to the 715 and 790 million that they had projected. They also have about 5,600 reservations for their Pear, which is their EV that's going to be starting at $29,900, which will start production in 2024. To me, this will be a direct competitor to Tesla's EV. There are not really many, I guess, cheap alternatives to EVs that are currently out there that have the technology similar to Tesla or better than Tesla. So it'll be good to see some of those vehicles out there or some of those companies like Fisker that can be competitive with a company such as big as Tesla. So definitely going to be looking at Investor Day, going to be looking at Fisker as well as the week continues to go on. Make sure you guys go check the Master Plan 3 from Tesla on their Investor Day. Will be definitely get some good information. Tesla is overall pretty bullish today, as well as Fisker, off of both the news from their sales from Fisker and slowing their burn rate, and then Tesla as their Investor Day gets near. So we're going to switch gears over to some stock analysis. Let's jump into it. All right, so let's jump into some chart analysis sponsored by Duck River Coffee. Make sure you guys go check it out at duckrivercoffee.com. All right, so first we have Tesla. So Tesla, if we look at their chart, they are above their moving average 100, which is the purple line. And then also on the bottom we have the moving average 50. They are below the moving average 10, but they did rally up today. Today had a low around 194. As the market began to open, they start to rally up, hitting a high of 209.30. Definitely going to be looking tomorrow to see how this continues to open. It did fall off a little bit today, towards the end of the day, ending at 207.63, but then after hours went up $1.47. So we're going to be looking at the 209.71 level for when it opens. Ended at 207.63, so 209. 71 is going to be a level that I'm looking at for tomorrow. It did have a bottom of 191.79, so make sure that you keep that as your range, with a low of 191.79 and a high of 209.71. Definitely going to be looking at this moving average 50 as well. If the market opens tomorrow, or when the market opens, if it starts to go down towards this 203.28, it may bounce off of that level, especially since Investor Day is not officially started and some of the updates haven't come out. Definitely be looking to see how this performs. There's definitely a lot of movement in the after hours for this as well, but overall I am pretty bullish on Tesla as the market will continue to develop on this name. Next, we have Fisker, ticker sign FSR. After that news produced earlier in the trading day from Fisker, like I said earlier, with their Ocean EV, on track to build 40,000 units in 2023. Also having 65,000 pre-orders of the Ocean, and then already 5,600 reservations of the Pear. and $702 million burn rate compared to the 715 million to 790 projected burn rate. So with that news being all positive, shot up to $7.74. So it is bullish. Moving average 10 is above. The stock is above the moving average 10, and it is above the moving average 50 and 100. So moving average 50 is down here around 643. Then the moving average 100 is currently at 665, and we have the moving average 10, which is at this level of 738. So ending at 740, it's 2 cents above their moving average. 10. So we're definitely going to be looking to see how this performs off the news. Only fell down 4 cents in the after hours, so not too far of a move downward. Going to be seeing if it can jump back up and retest that 774. So if it opens up tomorrow and we see a bullish progression moving forward, definitely going to be looking at that 774 level to see if it can break that level. If it starts to go back down, going to be looking at the VWAP, which is going to be at 724. So hopefully, if there's some sales after that 4 cents, it'll bounce off that 724, and then we can see it potentially retest that 774. Next, we're going to move into some of the Chinese EV names. First on here, we have XPEV. They were down today, hitting a low of $8.22. Their level is below. Their current value is at $8.60 per share. They're below the moving average 50 and moving average 100. Moving average 100 is at $9.11, and moving average 50 is at $8.76. If we look at their moving average 10 is at $8.54 per share. So they are slightly above moving average 10. A little bit of momentum for them, ending at a positive 3 cents in the after hours, up 0.35%. But not really much news circulating around XPEV. With it being a Chinese EV stock, there is definitely a lot of things going on in their market. So a lot of people are going to be looking at XPEV. One level they're going to be looking at to see if they can break through this 876 level. If they can break through 876, the next target is going to be $9.11 per share. So with the ending at 3 cents, um, after hours, going to be looking to see if that momentum can carry on. It seems like there was a huge buy signal or a huge buy in the after hours. So maybe those orders are going to be filled, and then we'll see it shoot up and test this VWAP of 862. If it breaks through 862, they're going to be looking at 876 and then 911. Next, we have NEO, ticker sign NIO. The last one was XPeng, ticker sign XPEV. And the next one on here is NEO, ticker sign NIO. They had a low today of $9.13, fell from $10.40, so pretty significant fall for them. They are below the moving average 50 and 100. Moving average 100 is at $9.90. Moving average 50 is at $9.60 per share. They are at $9.33 to end the day, up 3 cents as well, just like XPEV. NEO is up 3 cents in the after hours, so up 0.32%. And then their moving average 10 is at $9.31. So we're going to be looking to see if this one continue its movement upward. I think this one may continue to trade sideways as the week progresses, unless there's some news, significant news coming out with NEO. But we'll continue to look at NEO as the week progresses. Overall, with Tesla having its investor day, a rising tide lifts all ships. If Tesla's news is bullish, I feel like the entire EV market is continue to go up. But if Tesla's news is not as good or Tesla begins to fall, I think the whole EV market will continue to go back down. So, Tesla I feel like is a huge catalyst for the entire EV market as far as trading is concerned. When Tesla starts to rise, all the rest of the EVs start to rise. So, going to be looking at 960 going into that investor day for Tesla, and then going to be looking at $9.90 on NEO as we get closer to Tesla's investor day. Next, we have Lucid, which is a U.S. automaker, also in the EV space. Had a low of $8.10. Ended the day at $8.76. Their moving average 50 is at 883, so it's pretty close to their moving average 50. If we look at their chart, we can see that after hours they went down 6 cents, almost below the VWAP. This VWAP is at $5.71. So we're going to be looking to see if this can bounce back up from the level that it currently was at. Going to be seeing if it can jump back up to go up above this $8.83 level, going to test $9.69. So price target for them, I'm going to have $9.69. But first, going to be looking to see how it performs and if it can jump back and retest this $8.83. Lastly, on the list, we have LI, ticker sign LI, which is Li Auto. Lucid Group, which I just said earlier, ticker sign is LCID. And then next we have Li Auto, ticker sign LI. So Li Auto has kind of been scattered all over the place. They shot up significantly, went all the way up to $24.41. Then it fell all the way down to $22.85. They are bearish. Their moving average 10 is below the moving average 50 and moving average 100, and it also is below the VWAP. Looks like it tried to rally up a little bit, but then hit that resistance at VWAP of $23.42. So ending at $23.30 after hours went up 10 cents. Going to be seeing if they can retest $23.42 when the market opens. Then going to be looking at 23.52. So that's kind of a tight gap in order for them to hit that range. If they can blast through 23.52, then they'll be looking at $24 even, which is the moving average 100 for Li Auto. So overall, that's basically the EV space. There are a lot of other EV manufacturers that are out there, but these are the ones that I see move quite significantly. And so I'm going to be keeping an eye out on these. Like I said again, rising tide lifts all ships. So when one EV company, especially the largest EV company or the most popular EV company, has some news that's coming out as a catalyst for the entire market simultaneously rises with that. So going to be looking at Tesla, ticker sign TSLA. We have Fisker, ticker sign FSR, XPEV, ticker sign XPeng, ticker sign XPEV. We have NEO, ticker sign NIO, Lucid Group, ticker sign LCID, and Li Auto Incorporated, ticker sign LI. Those are going to be the EV companies I'm going to keep an eye out on as we get closer to Investor Day. So hopefully that information helped you all make a more informed decision. Like I said earlier, make sure you guys go check out Duck River Coffee. Get you a bag of coffee, definitely help with trading, get you some focus, put your mind in the right place. And let me know on whatever platform you're listening to, whether it's on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, whatever streaming platform you're using. Make sure you make a review. Tell me what you like about the channel, even what you dislike about the channel. Maybe there's some things that can be improved in the future. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Good luck to everybody out there trading. Peace.